Hi, everyone. Welcome to Healing Connection, where we can be your supporting light for better mental health. This is Angela.
And this is Amina.
Today, we have Dominique Dumornay with us for an exclusive interview to share her story and words of wisdom. Welcome, Dominique.
Hi, good morning.
We're so happy that you could join us today. Before we get started, let's learn a little bit about Dominique. Dominique has a degree in communications and works at Montreal Church of Christ. She is a certified health life coach and certified Zumba instructor. She loves to bring fun and fitness to those who dance with her. She is a certified non-conflict coach that helps million peacemakers teach non-conflict to faith-based organizations. So Dominique, you have had lots of challenges in your life that you had to overcome. And I heard your stories are very inspiring. Would you like to share with us some of the obstacles you went through and how you overcame them?
Absolutely. I would love to share with you guys some of the challenges that I faced. I think the first one that I'd love to share is about 18 years ago, I got married, and my husband's first wife had passed away from cancer. And so we became a blended family. Oftentimes when people talk about getting married, it's all rosy and it's all nice and easy. But when you become a blended family, there's some challenges. And he was married before, and he had 2 kids. And at the time when we got married, they had turned 6 and they were turning 4 as well. And so the challenge was how to be incorporated into the family and understand that I am coming into their world, not them coming into my world, because they had lost their biological mother probably less than 2 years before. And I also had to navigate not only getting to know them, their personalities, and, helping our marriage to, just to grow, but also I had to learn the other side of the family. And so I was very insecure at the time. I felt like I had to be my husband's first wife, and I felt like I don't know how to do this. So insecurity in my mind was part of the biggest things. Some interactions with certain family members was very difficult. And so I had to, in my mind, I thought I just had to hold it together and figure it out all alone. And that was not the case. The kids were amazing. They were so nice, because I remember when we first got married, they came to me and they said, Daddy said God is going to give us a new mommy. And my heart nearly broke, because I was like, oh my, they already love me. Am I going to be able to live up to what they're expecting me to be? And so I had to make sure that I had to tap into the people around me. The community, my church community, was really great. They were very supportive. I had to learn to just take one day at a time. And I decided that, okay, these beautiful kids that are now mine, they are going to be my university. They're going to teach me what they like. I'm going to learn to adapt to them. I had to understand that I cannot necessarily be the disciplinarian, but I needed to get to know them. I needed to build their trust. I needed to have fun with them. And so me and my husband had to learn how to balance this out. We got lots of advice. We went to a psychologist, just to make sure their grieving process was okay, making sure that things were balanced. And I have to tell you, it's been great, because now when people see us, of course, most people know that I'm a stepmom, but they look at me as their mom. And I feel like I haven't been perfect, but it has been such a great journey and a learning curve, because I had to be humble. I had to be a learner. I had to ask for lots of advice.
Wow, that's a great story. That's amazing. That's a great story of hope and growth. I love that. Tell us, Dominique, can you give us an experience of when you might have turned your pain into purpose?
Oh, absolutely. Well, about 2 to 3 years ago, my dad he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. And this was probably, I found out in mid-November. I found out mid-October, and then he passed away right before Christmas that year. Mm. And that was really hard for me because my dad he was just such a great guy. So I felt like my world was falling apart. I will tell you, being part of my church community, they were great. At the time, I lived in Canada. He lived in North Carolina. My friends there were really great. They helped me get hospice. They helped surround my mom at the time and provide so much help just right away. And I felt like as soon as it happened, I had people who they were there and they brought food. They really, they just surrounded us because the rest of my family wasn't there because I just went to go visit and it happened suddenly. And I think I felt like my world was falling apart. I had time to just go see a psychologist and I had to stop. And I realized that it was okay for me to grieve. I didn't have to take it all. I didn't have to pretend that I was okay because I wasn't. And the thing that I think ended up happening is that it helped to bring my family together because we had some really deep conversations. I learned that I'm not perfect and I don't have to be it all. And I think one of the things I decided that it's a natural process of life for someone to die, but we're never quite prepared for it. It allowed me, one, to relate to people, and I feel their pain whenever they lose a loved one. And also just helping people to be okay, to just stop, take that time, and helping them to navigate. Sometimes when people say insensitive things, they mean well, but they don't know. And so as I coach people and as I spend time with people, just helping them to learn from my grieving process, my process of being able to it doesn't mean that I'm weak or something's wrong with me. It just means that I'm human and I hurt and I need time. So, and I also decided that rather than allowing my grief to overcome me, I'm going to live my best life just to represent my father and all that he taught me and everything that he sacrificed for me.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
That's nice. Yeah, losing a loved one is always hard, for anyone. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, would you like to share with us what are your top 3 words of wisdom for better mental health?
Yes, I have 3. I think one is reflector, exercise, and mindfulness. So reflector, I think, is understanding that we're reflectors of something bigger than us. For me, it's God. Like, I don't have to feel like I need to carry it all or have all the answers, which takes a lot of pressure away from me and gives me comfort. 2, I think, is exercise. I sometimes I exercise and people assume, oh, I hate it, but our body just needs it. I relieve stress. I'm able to go through my day and feel so much better when I do exercise. And the 3rd one is mindfulness. I think I've learned to be very mindful of my thoughts. There's a lot of negative self-talk sometimes that's there, and it could seem like it's reality. But if I can watch my thoughts, if I can watch the things that I'm allowing into me and I'm putting positive things into me, I'm so much of a better person when I do that.
I love that.
Yeah, that's great. Those are 3 great words of wisdom. Thank you very much. Thanks so much, Dominique, for being with us today and sharing your story. I feel so inspired by you. Keep up the great work that you're doing for yourself and for your community. I do believe that you're making such an incredible impact. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you for having me.
Healing Connections HC is a registered charitable organization across Canada. Our goal is to build a resilient community together. We offer free community-based programs such as Healing Connection workshops. Most of our workshops is done by volunteers and most of our funding comes from donations. If you feel benefited from any of our free resources, we would love to have your support by going to our website to donate.
All the interview recordings will be posted on our social media and website. You will get notified when we have exclusive interviews with amazing influencers in our community. If you haven't followed us or subscribed yet, go ahead to do so by clicking on our website, which is healingconnectionhc.com. Thank you all for listening. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye.